And here we are, back at the side of Govardhan in our minds and hearts. And let us proceed. Those of you who were with us yesterday, you know that we started off. Bhakti Caitanya Maharaj led us off on this parikrama of Govardhan. And where did we started from, Maharaj? We started from
Manasi Ganga.
Manasi Ganga, yes. Hari, we went to Hari Dev, but that is, like you said, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began his parikrama from there.
Well, and, yeah, from Manasi Ganga, that was his first stop. He started in Manasi Ganga.
Okay, great. And we went and we saw Chakaleshwara Mahadev, and we went and we saw Sanatan Goswami's Bhajan Kutir. We also saw Brahmakund, which is an unusual place to visit. And Dan Nivartan, then we proceeded over. We went to the ISKCON ashram. We went to Dan Nivartan Kund. And then we proceeded over to, was it Balar? We went to Anior. First, we went to a Shila, very special Shila, which I actually I've seen it over in the distance, but I never went to see him. But and then we proceeded to Anior village, and we heard so much about that. We went to see Balaram, and that was wonderful. Then we ended up at the Prakastali, I think. Is that correct?
Yeah, at the Prakastali. That was the last stop, right?
Okay. So now we're going to return and go back. So you're going to have to share your screen again, and we'll set you up so that, with the visuals. Let's see, when you get it up there, then we'll
see. That's my screen there.
Okay,
share.
Yep.
Okay. Application window.
Yeah. And I love the maps that you have. It shows us just where we are. Thanks to Google, thanks to Google Earth, you know, they tell us where we are. You are here. Anyway, so good. I'm just going to be in the background enjoying this this parikrama. I'm prepared. I've got my parikrama shawl on from Govardhan, and we're going to join you, and you're going to take us around, and we'll just enlarge this so that you're the slides are what we see, but your voice is going to be there. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Here we go. Good. Thank you, Panchatra Prabhu. And devotees, thank you very much for coming again. Let us begin day 2 of our great Govardhan Parikrama 2020 by offering some prayers. Nama Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharne Nera Vishesha Shunyavadi Pastachade Chatarne Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So yes, devotees, we finished off at Anior village yesterday. We went around the village to the different places there. Now we're just coming out the other side. Here's our map of the whole of the hill. So there you can see number 4 is Anior. That's where we ended up. We started from number 2, Govardhan town, Manasi Ganga, and we went down there. Now we're heading to our left. Actually, Govardhan Hill runs more or less from north to south, with Radhakund, which is number 1 on our right here. It's actually in the north, or sort of northeast, really. And then number 3, Punchari, is kind of in the south or the southwest. Anyway, just because, for the sake of our screen here, to make it clearer, we've got the hill more or less on its side. So, okay, so we finished up there at Aniyor. Right, and now we're going to Govinda Kund, which is number 3. And so from the center of Aniyor village, let's go with Harinam. There's our Parikrama party. It's a couple of hundred devotees or so. We're heading through the streets of Aniyor. This is the Sakshi Gopal Temple. It's just on the southern end, just after the big Sankarshan Kund. This is a big Shila, Sakshi Gopal Shila. And on we go. So here we are. We're approaching Govinda Kund now from the right. From our right, you can see where number 1 is on our right. That's the Madan Mohan Temple. It's a little away from the Kund. But let's go in there for darshan, and then we'll visit all these other places, all these other temples also. So this is the Madan Mohan Temple. It's a nice place. Actually, our devotees don't really go there much. You see there's someone standing in the doorway. Right behind him is the back of the altar. The back of the altar. You have to walk around to the left, around the altar, and then around to the right to enter the temple room, because the deities are facing Govardhan Hill. Isn't that interesting? And here's the altar. Shishi Radha, Madan Mohan, Gaunitai on our left, and Vishnu Priya on our right. And there's Madan Mohan, such beautiful little deities, nicely looked after. And on we go. So here's our drone's eye view over the Kund, looking towards the hill. Madan Mohan is to the right, just outside the photo, just outside the photo to the right. But we've come in and we're walking along the path, which is just this side of the Kund, just right in front of us. And we have some darshans of the Kund to start off with. Very, very nice. This is where Lord Indra brought Krishna at the end of the Govardhan Leela. Oh, some nice prayers here. Govinda Kund is exalted for its many spiritual activities. It was here that Indra, defeated by Lord Govinda, offered prayers to him and bathed him. With humility caused by great fear, Indra took hold of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, and in the company of a Surabhi cow, performed his coronation festival by bathing him with the waters of the heavenly Ganges river. Thus Lord Krishna's kingship over the cows became splendidly manifest. I pray that Govinda Kund, the lake created by that ceremonial bath, may eternally appear before my eyes. This is Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Okay, yeah, so the bathing ceremony was performed here, just actually over to our left, behind the tree, like halfway down on the left. There's a place there where the bathing ceremony was performed. And all the waters we see here, this is the Charanamrita from the bathing of Lord Krishna. Oh, here's a couple of the local characters. This is one of the local babas. They put sandalwood paste around their eyes. The idea is that as far as they're concerned, it helps them see the pastimes of the Lord. Gaudiya Vaishnav, local man. So here's our map. So we were at Madan Mohan number 1, and we saw Govinda Kund. We'll see more of Govinda Kund, of course. But let's go up to number 3. You can see at the bottom there. This is the Radha Govinda Temple. Govinda is the presiding deity of Govinda Kund. Actually, this is where Krishna was given the name Govinda by the Surabhi cows. After the big bathing ceremony, they came and said, "We want you to be our king." And they gave Krishna the name Govinda, which one translation of is King of the Cows. So here we are going in to see the deities in the Radha Govinda Temple. And here they are. This temple is under the management of the Govindaji Temple in Jaipur. Govinda, Srimati Radha Rani. And, different decorations, different appearance, even different eyes sometimes. But really nice deities and looked after very beautifully. So, okay, that was number 3. Now we go back down towards the Kund, and right in front of the Kund, we turn left, and we'll go to number 4, which is the Radha Gopinath Temple. It's a nice place, very nice place. It extends back towards, you can see where number 6 is, that there's a roof just in front of number 6, which is extending out and kind of overlooking the Kund. This is where we go and spend time and chant japa, and we lock the door so no one can bother us. So here we are. This is the entrance of the Radha Govinda Temple. This is the altar, Radha Gopinath. This is Radha Gopinath. And just behind is Lord Shiva and various associates, Ganesh and Parvati, I guess, maybe Lord Brahma Nandi. And now we've gone up on the roof. The entrance is behind this big tree where we just walked in, and the temple is just behind the big tree. But we've gone up on the roof now, and look at the view across Govinda Kund from the roof, and very peaceful. We lock the door, no one can bother us at all. And there's a nice tree there for shade, and we can chant overlooking the Kund and overlooking Govardhan Hill. It's really, really wonderful. It's one of the top places for chanting and meditation here at Govardhan Hill. And here comes some of the cows. There's one of the calves. And here, look, there's a blue cow, a male blue cow. The first one we've seen today. Don't worry, we will see a lot more. They like to turn their back on you. Maybe they're just sort of giving us a hard time. They often do this. But with our telephoto lens, there we can see this is a big male blue cow, a type of deer, type of big antelope. All right, so that was Radha Gopinath. Number 4. Now we're going to go just back across, you see, number 5, towards the bottom a bit. That's the Jaganath Temple. And this is what you see from the road. The altar is completely wide open to the road, so everyone can have darshan. And this is the sitting place of Vallabhacharya. It's just after the Gopinath Temple. And Vallabhacharya came here. This is his sitting place. These are some Shilas. This is a deity of of Lord Narayan, who he worshipped. And right next is a Gopal Temple, very nice little Gopal deity. It's actually, that's number 7, in fact, where we just were, the Gopal Temple. And now we'll go up to number 8, Mukharavinda. Mukharavinda, we went to a Mukharavinda yesterday, if you remember, at Manasi Ganga. Mukharavinda means the lotus mouth. Well, there's a number of lotus mouths, or what people claim are lotus mouths of Govardhan Hill at different places around the hill. And this is one. It's an interesting place, actually. It's built right on the hill. And there's a number of interesting Shilas here. Mukharavinda is on our left with the white cloth, and Anantashesh Shila is on our right there. You can see Anantashesh. He's a cobra. So here, this Anantashesh, his face is sticking forward as cobras do. They move their heads back and forth. This is a Ganesh Shila. If you look carefully, you can see his 2 lighter colored eyes just above the tulsi leaf. And then his trunk is sticking down under the tulsi leaf. Can you see that? A little tricky to make out, but anyway, that's the situation. This is Airavata Shila, and he's another elephant, of course. You can see his eyes on either side of this sort of yellowy chandan. And then his trunk is sticking down beneath the chandan. Hope you can make him out there. This is a Katora Shila, means a cup Shila. They say that Krishna had a number of these, and at lunch he would take prasadam out of a number of these hollowed out Katora Shilas here next to Govinda Kund. And this one, the one in the center, if you look right next, just immediately to our left of our little sign there, you can see Krishna's heel print. Can you see that? The impression is there. Just next to the H and the S, you can see Krishna's heel print. So that's an interesting little place. We come out, and here we are right next to the hill, And now we're going to go to number 9, Radha-Sham Sunda. It's another temple our ISKCON devotees don't go to, but it's a nice place and friendly Babajis. And this is Radha-Sham Sunda. And now, some of the local buffaloes. Yeah. So we are going. Number 1, that's where we are, Govinda Kund. And you can see the red line. It's going down on the inside path. You can see the inside path there. The lighter colored, it's a sand path. Well, some of the way it's a sand path now. It used to be completely. We're going from Govinda Kund, which is the green square next to the number 1 down the path to the Doka Dauji Temple. On the way, here's some Sheila's little ashram. People come and bathe Govardhan with milk. And here we are moving down the path. We've just come out from behind Govinda Kund and moving down the path. And you can see just on the right here, the path goes in to the right through the trees. This is where the Doka Dauji Temple is. Yeah. So anyway, whatever. I should have rearranged those photos. But now you can see they've put bricks there. It's not so nice for walking. It's not too bad, but anyway. Yes. Oh dear. So some of the local cowherd boys. And we see some beautiful Sheilas with beautiful trees wrapping their lotus feet around the Sheilas. Some amazing Sheilas here. And okay, so now, anyway, you saw the map, I hope. This is the Doka Dauji Temple on top of the hill, so we don't go there. We don't go there because Lord Chaitanya didn't and we don't. The pastime is that Lord Balaram was sitting there where the temple is now, and he saw Krishna and the gopis having the spring rasa dance. The spring rasa dance begins from the southern end of the hill. We'll be going there shortly. So they were dancing out around in front of the hill here, moving to the north. Balaram saw them, became overwhelmed with ecstasy, became stunned. And he just stared at them. Therefore, he's called Doka Dauji. Doka in the local dialect means looking. And Dauji, of course, is the older brother, Balaram. So Lord Balaram, who's looking, watching Krishna and the gopis. So, this is inside that temple. There you can see next to our friendly Panda, his name is Sham Sunda. We gave him one of our not expensive cameras to go and take some photos inside and up on top there. So he got one of the local pilgrims to take a photo of him. Yeah, they worship the Sheila. And Lord Balaram was in so much ecstasy. His crown fell off, his mukut fell off, and came bouncing down the hill and landed on this Sheila. So therefore it's called the Balaram Mukut Sheila. And you can see on top there is the impression of the rim of Balaram's crown, the Balaram Mukut Sheila. We can approach this because it is just off the hill, a few meters, like 5 meters in front of the hill. Balaram Mukut Sheila. And then we go back out onto the path, turn right, and we head towards Punchari. Punchari means the tail of the peacock. Yeah. It's said sometimes that Govardhan is in the shape of a peacock, and Radhakund and Shamakund are the eyes, and Punchari is the end of the tail. So we're moving down the hill now, and we see all sorts of nice and interesting things. Some very pious young girls doing Dandavat Parikrama, and some monkeys. Oh, there are plenty of monkeys around here doing their monkey business. Look at this. This monkey as I'm photographing him, I personally took this photo. He's checking me out. Who do you think you are, taking a photo of me? But actually, he was all right. He was not unfriendly. Of course, we keep away from the monkeys. We don't really associate with them. That's what Prabhupada advised. And this is our philosopher monkey. He's looking out there right next to the hill and he's thinking, so what is life? Oh, why bother taking too much trouble in this world? Oh, I think I'll just take a nap. And he takes a nap right next to the hill. Peacock. And the devotees are coming down. We're approaching the end of the hill. Not quite there, but we're getting there. The hill is going down. This is a famous Srila, getting quite close to the end of the hill. And the devotees, they pile up these stones like this because they're making houses. So in their next lives, they can come and have a real house and live next to Govardhan Hill. There's some really interesting caves on the hill here. You can see we're almost at Punchari. There are two main caves. There's a cave up there, up the top there, under those big rocks, big shilas. Right underneath there's a cave, small cave where people can sort of slide under. And then there's another cave up here, which also people can slide under. And in fact, on this one, I think it's this one or maybe the other one, there's a sign. Someone has written Gufa, which means cave. And Radha and Krishna would meet there. So here's Mother Monkey with her baby. Not so happy that we're taking a photo. And these are Hanuman monkeys, langurs. They say Hanuman is this type of monkey, long tail, much bigger than the normal Vrindavan monkeys, and very black face. And this is a big male monkey. You got to watch out for these guys. You don't want to get on the wrong side of these guys because they have teeth. Whoa, Haribol, how do you like those teeth? Hare Krishna. If he bites you with those teeth, I tell you what, you'll be in trouble. Yeah. And another Hanuman monkey. And here's, you get them around sometimes, not so much, but sometimes they're around the hill. One of the local devotee goats, Hare Krishna. And one of the local devotees on Parikrama. You can see he's barefoot, because this is how we do it. When we go on Parikrama, we go barefoot, out of respect for the hill. And you can see the path behind him, nice sand path. Yes, anyway, sort of, what does it say? Shri Giriraj Gi Mok Makaravinda. All right, whatever. Generally, these are more like fundraising arrangements. So, okay, now we're coming, you can see the end of the hill there, number one. We're coming around the bottom, and we're going to visit all these different places here, starting with number 2, the Nishingadev Temple. So this is the back of the Nrsingadev temple from the Parikrama path, but we go around and we go in from the other side. And this is the view. This is the view from the Nrsingadev temple. What a view, isn't it nice? You can see the Gopal Temple at Anior way down on the right there. And that other, you see the big building over the hill and to the left a bit, that's the Srinathji Temple. So we're in the Nrsingadev temple now. You might wonder what Nrsingadev is doing here. Well, he's killing Hiranyakashipu, of course, but he's here to protect the devotees on Parikrama. Look at Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu. He's got like an animal head. And you see at the bottom left by Nrsingadev's lower leg and his lotus foot, that's Prahlad Maharaj. So we've been there so many times, of course, and we've seen him dressed in all different ways. Yeah, he's really a nice deity. And one time, the last time we were there, the Pujari invited me on the altar, right on the altar, and he lifted up Nrsingadev's dress, and I was able to take some dust from the lotus foot of Lord Nrsingadev. Wow, special mercy. This is, they say, a 1,000-year-old set of japa beads. He let me chant around on it. And here we're looking again from the Nrsingadev temple, where it's quite raised. In front of us, we see Naval Kund. And then behind it and slightly to the right, you can see green. That is Apsara Kund. That's Apsara Kund. And the dome, the biggest dome, if you look over Naval Kund, the biggest dome, that is the temple of Lota Baba, which we'll also go to shortly. So here we are, our party. We're also, well, most of us at least, we have bare feet, because that's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. So, yeah, so we're going to take a stop now at Naval Kund, just momentarily. Naval it refers to Lord Krishna. He's ever fresh, a youth. In fact, the story is, I think it's more like a village story. But the story is that at the beginning of the spring rasa dance, which begins just here, just near here at least, a couple of 100 meters away, Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani began dancing. They became so ecstatic, their bodies melted, and Krishna's body became the waters of this Naval Kund, and Radharani's body became the waters of Apsara Kund. This is Apsara Kund. Nice Kund, very nice Kund. Some photos from different times, from different years. The green algae. And there's our group. This photo is taken, this is not a drone photo. This is taken from the big water tower. Okay, so that was number 4. Now we're going to number 5, which is the Lota Baba Temple. And there it is. Yeah, it's right by the Tahsil Road. So it's the Prachin Mandir. Puncharika Lota Baba. Right. And Lota means waiting. When Krishna went to Mathura, he was visiting all the devotees and saying goodbye and saying, I'll be back tomorrow. And he came here and told Lota, I'll be back tomorrow. And Lota told him, I have a feeling you're not coming back. And Krishna said, no, just wait right here. Don't move. And you see, I'll be back tomorrow. If not tomorrow, at least the next day. But Krishna didn't come back the next day. He didn't even come back after a week or a month or a year or 5 years. Krishna came back 4,500 years later as Lord Chaitanya. Lota Baba had turned into this deity, and Krishna embraced him, Lord Chaitanya embraced him and said, see, I told you I'd come back. Jai Lota Baba. Okay, so here's a drone's eye view. You can see the water tower there, just a little bit to the right of center. The Lota Baba temple is to the right, the big dome. The Nishingadev temple, well, if you can make it out, it's just to the left of the end of the hill. The brown side with kind of greenish building on top. All right, so we're in Punchari. Let's have a look around, meet some of the locals selling kela, selling bananas for feeding to the monkeys. And this is devotee offering Charanamrita. Some of the local men smoking something. Don't ask me what. The local ladies collecting water. Oh, one of the local monks, one of the local monkeys looking for food. Oh, Haribol, some of the local piglets. But they're bridge buses. We must not think badly of them. So there's the end of the hill. Those two kunds are just to our right, maybe 50 meters to our right. And we are going, now see, this is taken about 10 years ago. And this is from the water tower, because in those days there were no drones. And here you can see our map. So we are just by Apsarakund, and the old Parikrama path follows the red line that you can see there. And then normally it just carries on. But we're going to go inside. We're going to visit, first of all, the Srinathji Temple, very nice, and very nice devotees there. Then number 7, well, there used to be trees. We'll show you some of the trees that used to be there. That's the Rasa Stali. That's where the spring rasa dance begins. And then number 8 is the cave of Raghava Goswami. So we're moving around. Here we are. These are Kadamba trees just behind Apsarakund. And here we are now, we're coming in, and this is the entrance to the Srinathji Temple is just up there opposite the trees. So there's Srinathji. What a beautiful deity. Really nicely looked after. And like I said, very friendly devotees. This is a kund which used to be there. Maybe in the rainy season it's there now. What's the name of this kund? Anyway, I forget the name of this kund, I'm sorry. Yeah, used to be there, but now not manifest so much. Yeah, so this is a tamal tree. This is like 20 plus years ago, 25 years ago. There used to be quite a few trees just outside the door of the Srinathji Temple. And some nice, this is an old Kadamba tree which has since died and collapsed completely. And another tree. It was just outside the door of the Srinathji Temple. It was such a nice little place. Oh, well, what can you do? So now we're going to go. So that was number 7, Rasastali, what used to be. Now we're going to go and see where Raghava Goswami's cave is. One end of the cave is inside this little building, although they don't let you in now. They used to let us in, and that's the entrance, one entranceway into that cave, which goes through and comes out on this side. This is immediately behind the back wall of the Srinathji Temple. But anyway, from here, we go back down to the inside Parikrama path, which takes us right next to the hill. And this is where we're going to go. So we're at number 2, according to this map right now. Well, we're going to go down. That's the Srinathji Temple, number 2. Number 3, this is where you see the blue cows. And we are going to see some devotees. You believe me, we're going to see a few blue cows. Then number 4 is Indrakund. 5 is the Airavata Shila with his footprint. 6 is Surabhi Kund. 7 is Airavata Kund. 8 is Harju Kund, and 9 is the village of Jatipur, which is immediately just straight across the hill from Anior. Let's go. What a stately looking old bull. And here we are, just coming up the side of the hill. Beautiful cows and bulls. And this is from Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. There's a pleasant grove of sandalwood trees on Govardhan Hill. Although snakes generally flock to sandalwood trees, no snakes ever come here. Or if sometimes a snake may come, it is not poisonous. Or if sometimes a poisonous snake may come, its poison is automatically counteracted and it can do no harm. As the best servant of Lord Hari, Govardhan Hill has made this wonderful arrangement for the Lord's pleasure. So here we are, The hill is on a less steep angle on this side. On the eastern side, it's quite kind of almost vertical, but here just a gentle slope. Haribol. So we're moving along. You can see the hill is getting higher, but it's still a very gentle slope. And soon we're going to see some blue cows. Okay, just to remind us. All right, we're getting out, approaching number 3. We're sort of halfway between 2 and 3 right now. Look at this. Some blue cows. Some female blue cows, lighter colored. And this is the place. This is a male. You see darker color, horns. I mean, the females often don't have horns, at least put it that way. And they're lighter colored. Here they are, relaxing. The one on the right is hiding. They do this. They do this. And this is the other one there. Look at those horns. But they're so frightened of human beings. Oh my gosh, they won't let you get anywhere near. So this is Srimad Bhagavatam, the gopis speaking, and this is a young male. Blessed are all these foolish deer, because they've approached Maharaj Nanda's son, who's gorgeously dressed and is playing on his flute. Indeed, both the does and the bucks worship the Lord with looks of love and affection. Some females, a big male, a female, a young female probably. This one has lost her left ear somehow. Yes, a whole group of males, some females looking after each other, and some of the local monkeys. Okay, so now we're approaching, first of all, number 4 is Indrakund. And okay, well, there you get a closer view. Look at that. Now Indrakund is number 1. That green patch just next to the number 1. There's only usually water here in the rainy season or immediately after. And that's interesting. You see, there's the Dokadauji Temple. We were just there on the other side, right? You remember? Just down at the bottom there. That's where the Shila is, special Shila. Okay, yeah. So there's Indrakund. We're going to go there. Ravata's footprint. We'll go there too. Then we'll go to Surabhikund. So this is Indrakund. This is where Lord Indra landed, they say, when he came in for the big Abhishek over at Govindakund. And this is the Airavata Shila. They say, well, some say he landed here and crash landed, and therefore his foot made this whole impression on the Shila. Others say he landed at Airavata Kund. Anyway, it's okay. It's all transcendental, believe me. I tell you what, it's so transcendental, Govinda Kund. Govardhan Hill, one of the local devotees. And actually, Indrakund is just to the left where that green foliage is. And the Airavata footprint is just up by that pink building. So there's the Dokadauji Temple from the other side, from this western side where we are now. And here we are at Surabhikund. Yes, and our devotees are in ecstasy. You know, one reason why they're in ecstasy, I'll tell you one reason. Because we, last year, 2019, Kartik, we did the Govardhan Parikrama over 3 days with a couple of days break in between each of the days. So therefore, the devotees were not tired, because it can be a bit of a yajna, believe me. So this is the Surabhikund, where the Surabhi cow landed when she came in for the big Abhishek. All right, so now we're going to go through, Kadambavan. It's a nice, there are not a lot of trees. There are trees, but it's a nice area right by the hill. There we go. And they say that if you roll in the dust in Kadambavan, you get love of God. So yeah, this is Kadambavan, right next to the hill. And, well, of course we had to roll in the dust. And we try our best to make sure that everyone rolls in the dust. And this is one super specialist. Yeah, you got to take your dust seriously. So now we're going to go to the Airavata Kund. There it is. It's the dark, just right above the sign. That's Airavata Kund. And this is how it used to be in the old days. And now it's been done up. So this is how it is now. This was last year. Okay, now we're going to go out to number 2, Harju Kund. Yeah. And it's a nice place. You can see part of it has been developed. There's a wall around. The other part is just open. But there are nice kadamba trees here. And it's a nice place to sit and chant japa in the evening. So, okay, we went in there to Harju Kund. Now we're coming back out to the hill, and we'll go to another Mukharavinda, would you believe it? Another one. This is Jatipur town, and you can see just at the bottom of the picture, on the other side of the hill, is Aniyor, and you can see the Gopal Temple. And there's the special Dandavati Shila. We'll go and see it in a moment. So here we are at this Mukharavinda place. This is a stronghold of Vallabhacharya and Gujaratis. You get a lot of Gujarati people coming here. And there's one Shila, sort of, where all those men are focused. Can you see on the left? That's where the actual so-called Mukharavinda Shila is. And they bathe it with milk. And there it is, being bathed with milk. They say this is the Mukharavinda Shila. So now we're just walking along the hill. We're going towards the Dandavati Shila. On the left, just 5 meters away, is Jatipur, all the buildings of Jatipur. But look at this. This is the same place. About 25 years ago. What a beautiful picture. And just above us is the Gopal Temple, right straddling the top of the hill. So, yeah, this is one of Vallabhacharya's sitting places in Jatipur. And now we're going to the Dandavati Shila, number 4. And there it is, as it usually is. But during Kartik particularly, they dress it up. Look at this. This is the Dandavati Shila, all dressed up. And they've actually put another Shila on top to function as his face. So this is drone's eye view. You can see the Gopal Temple, Dandavati Shilas. Oh, it's quite some distance back. Just the side of the Gopal Temple and right at the bottom of the hill. But we're taking this path. You can see the path running right along the side of the hill, and then it turns to our right. It turns to our right and goes down, as you can see, a little way, and then we take the special inside path almost the whole way to Govardhan town. It's a really nice path. And here it is. This is the way to do Govardhan Parikrama. This is the way Vraja Mandala should be. And this is the way this part is. And as you can see, there may be hundreds of people on the road, the Tahsil road, hundreds, thousands on this inner path. There's nobody. So we make our way down. We're pretty close to the hill. It's really very nice. And different little sights to be seen as we go. This you can see on the left. This is, they say, a Radha Shila. And on the right is a Sham Shila, golden colored and kind of blackish blue colored. Sham, Radha-Sham Sunda, Shilas. Oh, Haribol, one of the local pigs making the most of it. Local monkeys, local parrot. Oh, one of the local owls. You don't see them so often. And this was taken at the end of summer. So this peacock still has his tail. And you can see the hill is really on a very gentle slope here. On the other side, it's fairly close to vertical. And some village girls, I would imagine, doing parikrama. And some people doing, what would you say? I don't know if it's offered or not, really, but at least it's food and it's being enthusiastically received. And there's one of the local sugarcane juice vending machines. And we're just entering into Govardhan town. There's our map. So you come along right by the hill, then you reach the town and the main road is going to Deeg, going up to the top left. And we're following, as you can see, the red marking. And we've stopped the marking there. It's in the middle of the main shopping area. And there's one really extraordinary shopkeeper there we want to introduce you to. Well, here's our devotees. We had roaring kirtan all the way. This is Kartik Purnima. The last, Purnima. So many people. And we had kirtan the whole way, and we got them into it. And this is our friend. If this is not a sort of way out Baba, I don't know what a way out Baba is. His name is Raghubir Dasa. Garib means poor. Anyway, he calls himself Raghubir Dasa, and he's very friendly, and he's a real character. And a lot of this is Tulsi he's got wrapped around him. A lot of it is Tulsi. Right, okay, anyway. So now we're going from his shop up to the top of the shopping area, then we take a right. And then on our left, as you can see, the sign says, this is the Sakshi Stali area. This is like the headquarters of Chandravali and her group of gopis. So we take a right, we go down. Well, this is Sakshi Stali during the rainy season. It's actually flooded. And this is the Gopal Temple in the Sakshi Stali area. So devotees, we are following the path now, and where you can see the red path going out to the right, we're leaving Govardhan town there. That's the main Parikrama path. We're leaving Govardhan town. And on the way out, we're just concluding our Parikrama right now. On the way out, we see one devotee doing big time Dandavats Parikrama. My gosh, one Dandavat for each rock. I didn't care. I didn't dare to count the number of rocks. But, if one Dandavat at a time takes 3 weeks to do Govardhan Parikrama, don't ask me how many weeks and months it takes to do it this way. But you know, there's a very interesting thing here. You see his photos up the top there by his head. You see his photos. Look at that. It's Jayapataka Maharaj. He's everywhere. Actually, we stopped and we spoke to this devotee. He's an initiated disciple of Jayapataka Maharaj. So devotees, you know what? We're finishing our Parikrama for today at this point. Come tomorrow and we'll go from here through Uddhava Kund. We'll have a nice little visit there. Radha Kund, Shama Kund, very nice visit there. Then on to Manasi Ganga, a few other places, and then we'll conclude our Parikrama. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Govardhan Parikrama ki jai. Haribol. I can't hear you. Is it me or you?
Yes, I muted. Okay, now I can speak.
Okay.
But anyway, that was really, really, really wonderful, and just can't wait till tomorrow. We get to go around and get to Radha Kund. Hare Krishna. So thank you, everyone. We'll all see you tomorrow.
Haribol, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.